putting a little time in on the main car. This thing will be gray one day.
Okay, I feel like I kind of been jumping around a little bit, which I have, but I've just been kind of doing the stuff that I could do when I had the time to do it and when actually weather was permitting, because I am primarily fixing this thing out here in the barn and on my break at lunch. So I've actually got a guy coming Monday or Tuesday, he said, to look at this thing for me about sandblasting it. So I want to try to get everything off of this car to where that when he says go, it'll primarily be ready to go. So that way, you know, like I said, when he comes looks at it, he'll be able to tell us, pop the trim off. This glass, I took the quarter glass out in another video there. Got to get all the glass out, windshield, all the chrome out, all that stuff, which I've already robbed everything off the black car over there. So I have multiple pieces to where I'll pick the best and put it all back together then. So let's get all this dash, steering wheel, all that stuff like that out of this thing today, maybe. All right, so I guess we'll see how stuck everything is. Pretty much everything is a Phillips screw. So hopefully I'll be able to get all this off, which all this trim in here where a big dumb me let it sit over there in the junkyard for all these years. All the stuff that's like chrome, most of it is bad. So I'm either going to have to figure out if I'm going to find some new or have it re-chromed, or if I'm just going to refinish it. And to be honest, I hadn't really decided which route I'm wanting to take on that, because, well, for one thing, obviously I'm a long ways away from worrying about any, not necessarily worrying about, but needing any chrome in any interior pieces. But you kind of got to plan for the end before the end gets here. And I can't believe how nice these right here are. These are almost perfect. These may end up getting redone and put in my the Ranchero, which is an all original car, where this one is not, but we'll see. So I'm just wanting to get all this I can get out, like I said, before the sandblast guy gets here to take a look at it. So I'm going to try to have everything off of it that I can, just to make it easier. I sure do hope that it's within my means to have this thing sandblasted, because that would probably take, that would take probably, oh gosh, no telling how many hours off of off the project, you know, by having it sandblasted. So we're gonna, and on top of that, you never know till you ask, you know. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So if you do ask, you know, you got a 50% better chance than if you didn't. So why not? You know? Sometimes just asking is the hardest part, but yet the one that will get you the furthest is just asking. You know, and showing some, you know, interest in something. See what I'm talking about? That's all. I mean, it's messed up, but is it bad? No, I could probably fix it down and paint it. Hadn't really, like I said, hadn't really decided, you know, on that part yet. We're gonna have to wait and see, you know, when I get down to that. That one there's bad. I think they got the one out of the other car, which is good. And I'll go back and look through every bit of that to, you know, figure out which way is the best. Looks like that's held on with clips. I'll get that out and figure out, I jumped in here. I saved you the agony of seeing old fat man crawl in this dang thing. But hey, I did get in here. So I'm gonna get quite a bit of this stuff going here. I bet I can't get to that. Nope, it's got a little 8mm. So now I gotta figure out how to climb back out of this beast and get a pry tool and stuff. I could probably still get this here off. That's off right there. I can take that right there off with a knife. I remember how that come off. That's got some perfect dash chrome. This part anyway, for the padded dash. As long as I don't goof them it up, taking it off. Nice and slow and easy. And then also, oh, look at that. See, that chrome right there is perfect. Gotta take very good care of that. And then I said earlier in one of my little clips when I was trying to do this, and I appreciate y'all hanging in here with me. I'm trying to get better on these videos and stuff, but I'm gonna take this factory radio out, even though I'm sure it probably doesn't work. All the buttons and stuff is, and I'm gonna put it in my mostly all original 65 Ranchero, because it's the same radio. So I'll take this cover and this radio out and put it in that car, because that other one is cut. This one, I'm gonna put an aftermarket radio in it, just like I had. I'm gonna have to hunt me up a Pioneer Super Tuner radio, big old cassette player, and hook up in this bad boy, and we'll go from there then. So, all right. I think I need to climb out now and get me some more tools to where I can get the rest of this stuff. Oh, mercy, heater box, all that mess all got to come out of this thing. So I'm gonna be in here for a while. So I can go ahead and get I can't believe that the heater boxes, not heater box, but the glove box is actually still good. That's crazy. I seen on one of the Falcon sites that I follow a little bit, where this guy makes these out of fiberglass, which that'd be pretty cool, I guess. So one of these are like, old Bill didn't leave no money for the next guy. He didn't leave no seed or nothing. So, all right. We'll have to get out now. Major task here. What I should do is just turn this thing and get out that way. If I can. Oh. Gosh. Listen, people. Take care of yourself a little better than I did, because old sucks bad enough without being old and broke down.
I did learn one thing today: when you're messing with this dash junk, you might as well bring every tool you got in your toolbox with you.
All right, I had part of that in that lapse time, and I thought, well, shoot, that's not showing you guys what I'm figuring out here. So like this this plastic face on the dash here of the 64, it's got Phillips screws that go up in there. And then on the back, it has, well, how did it win? Oh, it's bigger than 9/16. Wow. So I guess it's bigger than 9/16. I thought it had a 9/16 back there, but it doesn't. It's bigger than a 9/16. And the radio has 9/16 though. I'll get the radio out. I'll take that off there since I got it, and I climbed all the way up and in here. So we're gonna have to get a more bigger socket. You would think that's about the 4th time I've clawed in and out of this thing. that I would have just brung all of them over here, but anyways, I didn't. All gotta come out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's a pretty Sunday in Tennessee, though. Has been raining like crazy. And like I said, this thing's, I'm sure, is not going to work. But that is, like I said, that's one of the very, 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 very few things that is not correct on my other car. So we're going to take care of it too. Like I said earlier, I don't throw nothing away anyway, so, and I think it'll be better to have the original radio in that car over there that is original. There we go. Wow. I thought I could turn that off there with my fingers, but I don't guess I can. There we go. There we go. And I figure out where all them plug-ins is at. That one's already unplugged, so that's a good one. No, I'm not even looking up there to see what might be up there to where I don't want to reach up there. I guess I have to see how that comes off there when I get it flipped on up there on it. So, but anyway, I got that off. Now we gotta climb back out of here in a second to like I said, it's bigger than 9/16, so we'll get out of that. I bought this neat little set here that Harbor Freight so far. Pretty pleased with it. It's got these colors on it, which I guess if you had a better memory than I got, you could remember what color they was and reach and grab it, but I just kind of remember where they're sitting at. So, might as well get all this I can while I'm stuck up and in here. Like I said before, I'm really excited about all this stuff. Now I've got just about all the pieces that are going to be, necessary to build the car. So now it's just time to get down to the nitty gritty and the work, which is fun too, but I also think that it's fun to that the hunt itself for all the pieces and all that stuff like that. I mean, you are hunting pieces on a car that's, over 50 years old. So that makes it pretty challenging. But, a little bit of determination and patience, trading around, you can come across it. I guess I might as well, before I go climbing up out of this thing in here, get everything that I can loose, I guess. So, I guess if I know it's got to come off, I'm just going to go ahead and take it loose. The heater controls, which if you have been watching anything on it, you know that I bought a really, really nice set of controls that the cables was good and all that stuff on when I went down to visit my son. Went down and visited Andrew and Leslie in Daytona, and I went to the spring car show and rod run at the Daytona International Speedway. I should have bought all that stuff, but I bought a really nice set of cables. I mean, a really, really nice set of cables. Not froze up, not rusted, anything. So I've got that set. These here are not, these here, you can't see that in here. I wish you could, but these cables on this one are pretty rusty here where they go on to the controls at. But luckily I did have enough sense to buy those down there when I seen those, so that was good. That was good. So some of this stuff is just slow go, and probably should be doing it in the fast motion there for you, but oh, maybe I might just see this to see just how long some of this stuff takes. And on the other video that I put on there to guess how long it would take me, and I apologize I hadn't responded back just a whole lot on that. I had a few on that thing. Some said 2,000 hours, some said 3,000, 4,000 hours, all that stuff like that and everything. And I need to go back and write all that stuff down and try to keep up on it. I actually, to be honest with you, I forgot about putting that on there. So if you're one of them that's, you know, posted how many hours on that, I apologize I hadn't went back. So I'm gonna see if I can't do a little better on that stuff. So need to get out of here and get some other tools to fit that right there as I work my way over there. This time I bring the whole rack over here of sockets like I should have done to start with.
I time-lapse this next part because it is boring to watch that in there. This is over a 2-day period. I was probably worked on this thing for probably about, I don't know, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours at the most, trying to get all this stuff off. And I pretty much got everything out that you'll see. The only thing that I didn't get out was a couple of the switches, the ignition switch and stuff, and they come off up to the back. And to be honest with you, I just got tired and the mosquitoes started coming out.
All right, all that was a pain. And see, you can see in here where that right there is rusted to that, and that one's rusted to that. So I'm gonna have to prise that thing right there off. Got this out of here, saved things there, and this right here, I got it loose. And I just want to show you something. I first thought that I'd left something hooked onto it. See how crappy that is, hard to get off? But you just gotta lean it back down and then pull it out, because the speedometer hangs down and catches right there on that. So look at there. That's probably some 50-something-year-old dust and grime and everything in your car. Oh my goodness. Now I just got to unhook all that stuff there, and we're closer and closer. Well, I got most everything off that I can get off of here without, I got to bring home my knocker there with a Phillips screw in it to go in there. And I got to do a little deal with these right here, how to feed it. I think you punch a button on it or something. I'm going to have to look that up, see how this is. Got steering column loose. Got the pedals loose out here, but they come loose the rest of the way in there. Got the cables loose for the heater box. All that stuff loose. The rest of it comes out from out there. Now I'm turning around here, which you've seen me do that the other day, and take this broken glass out and the good glass out over here on the other side. That was the good one, and I'll pretty much call it a day then. Well, this is what I got done with this Sunday. Got the Ford radio out, going into Ranchero. Got all the trim out around, got all the dash stuff out, except for those 2 plugs and the Phillips stuff, like I said. Steering column down, got to get the steering wheel puller, pull that off where it'll come out. Got this one here almost out of there. Got the headliner welt on it out. I got ashtray out. I got the heater controls out. I got both the sun visors out, which, like I said, is in really, really good shape. Got the speedometer out of it, ready for that to be redone. Radio plate, look at that. If you know anything about these things, you can hardly ever find one of them that somebody hadn't cut up. I would have been one of them that cut it up. So got that. Glove box lid out. The corner pieces, so all the plastic to where I can redo. The window crank mechanism. This here's pretty pricey to do. I think I got an idea about that. I'm going to redo that myself. And so that's what we got done so far on this baby. So hang in there with me. Hopefully this will be enough off of it here by the time the guy gets here to give me a price on the sandblasting. So cross your fingers for me on that sandblasting price. Sure will save me a lot of sanding.
These quarter glasses, getting them things out of there are wicked. That's a pretty good weekend of what little bit I got to work on the car. Sans had all kinds of other stuff come up, but that's part of it. Hey, stay tuned for the next time. Thanks for watching.